Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Oops, I'm late. Sorry, I'm working away in the studio getting ready for my helpers today, and I look up at my craft clock and it says 9:30. Oh, I've got great time. Walked over to get something off near the computer desk and saw that it was after 10. So apparently my clock in the studio is not working right. Oh well, you know. That just kind of goes with the whole hot mess thing. You know how that is with me. Okay, let me try and find you on my laptop so I can be somewhat organized. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Probably not. Not the way this day is going already. Jeez. So how's your week been going? I hope good. Let's see, make sure that's off. Okay. Yeah, well, you know me. Everything is just a hot mess around here. But hey, you get what you see. So anyway, let's see if I can straighten out my camera here. Ugh, what a mess. This is what we're making today. Woohoo! You know, we've had some really hot weather, and then this week we had a couple of days that it was absolutely gorgeous. The mornings were like in the 60s, I guess. I don't know. And that just put me in the mood for fall. So I'm showcasing two new items that were brought over from the annual catalog to the celebration catalog that you can get for free with a qualifying order. So what better way to showcase it than with a fall card? Woohoo! Okay, so it's the brushed metallic cardstock and the timber embossing folders were added to the celebration goodies that you can get with a $50 or more order. There would be two $50 orders to get both of those items. And I'll show you the metallic. Let's see if I can get this here. The metallic, brushed metallic cardstock. You get 6 pieces in there. And they're 2 of 3 different colors. Hey Janine, I'm late. I know, you're not shocked, right? So the brushed metallic comes in, you have the bronze, which we're using today, gold, and I don't know if I've got copper in this. I might have used all my, oh no, here's a piece. Here's a piece of the copper. Nope, that's bronze. Well, I must have used it for another project, but it comes with the 3 colors. So, anyhow, I think that's, let's look at the package. Let me make sure, being that I'm on such a roll, and of course it doesn't tell you on the package. Well, I will find out that information for you and let you know. But you get 6 sheets of this beautiful paper, and we're going to emboss it today. Let's see. The other new item that they added to Celebration is the timber 3D embossing folder, which is what I used here. We're also using the Hello Harvest bundle. I haven't used it yet, so let's give this a whirl. And I'm going to apologize up front for the shenanigans, because apparently I'm just a hot mess this morning as usual. Okay, so here are the measurements for the card. It's a pretty basic card, simple. The card base is in Tahitian tide, and it's cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. There's an early espresso piece that is cut at 2 1/4 by 5.5, and the brushed metallic cardstock is 2 by 5.5, and we're going to emboss that. And then the inside is a piece of Very Vanilla, and it's cut at 3 3/4 by 5. We're going to do some coloring, so grab a cup of coffee, an adult beverage. There's no judging here. I'm ready for an adult beverage. I don't know about the rest of you guys. And we're off. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so when you're embossing with a 3D embossing folder, because it's thicker, you're going to need our specialty plate. And then let's get out the embossing folder and our piece of foil. Now, after working with this yesterday, to have the embossed piece with the wood grain coming up, you want to face your cardstock towards the back of the embossing folder. Ask me how I know that. And it looks fine with it debossed, but I wanted it to be raised. So you always want to feed your embossing folder seam side in. Set that underneath our plate and then crank away. There we go. And there's our piece of embossed foil. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know. I'm just weird. I like it. It just has that ooh effect to it, doesn't it? Oh, bless her heart. Okay, so let's put this away for just a second because we're going to stamp and color the pumpkin and the flowers, and then we'll die cut them after we've colored them. Now, this is the stamp set that we're using with the coordinating dies. Doesn't that just scream fall? Of course, Hello Harvest, duh. And we're going to be using Early Espresso ink to stamp our images, and I'm going to color them with Tahitian Tide, Old Olive, and the soft suede, the light color, to get the centers on the flowers. You want to protect your work surface, so I'm just going to use this little scrap here. And we'll get out our little pumpkin here. And these two images need the bigger block, I found. Gave me a little bit more ease in stamping. You are off and running. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Started as a hot mess right out of the gate. So you just never know what you're going to get around here. Okay, here's my piece of cardstock. I'm going to stamp him right there. Now I did, when I started this the other day, hang on, I gotta get my, I gotta clean my stamp. It's gonna be a mess. When I started this project yesterday, I did color the stem using the Old Olive, but it's gonna be hidden behind the flowers anyway, so why bother, right? Okay, here I'm making a mess again. Oh, okay, like I said, this is what you get with me. There's no hiding anything around here. We keep our crazy out on the porch. And then we hand her a cocktail. So there you go. Alright, stamp our flowers. And that'll be done for the moment. Now I'm going to start with my dark Tahitian Tide. And I'm just going to highlight some of the edges, or give it a shadow effect, and then follow some of the lines. And there's no right or wrong way. This is just the way I do it. And the more ink you apply, the darker it's going to be. And like I said, since I'm coloring, if you catch this on my replay, you can just go ahead and fast forward through this. Oh, and if you catch this on the replay, be sure to give my video a thumbs up. That helps with that whole algorithm thing. It is if you like my video and all the shenanigans that are always going on around here. So I'm going to come back over here. I knew this was going to take a little minute versus a long minute, right? Okay, now we'll come in. Oops, let's get these guys too. I'll come in here and I'm going to use the brush end. It seems to blend a little better and you cover more. I was going to say more ground. See, I'm already lost all sense of good English. Jeez, bless her heart. She really does try. Looks like I got some ink there in the middle of that. That's all right. That flower image will probably cover that. If not, oh well, it's handmade. We're not going to stress over it. See, a lot of people stress over their cards when they're creating. You just have to remember, this is fun. Don't stress over the little things. Besides, if somebody wanted a perfect card, they could buy one at the store, right? Okay. I don't know about you, but I love turquoise colored anything, but pumpkins especially. Okay, pumpkin's done. Now let's go ahead and color the flowers because we want some turquoise flowers too. And I'm just going to follow the same steps, just kind of outline some of these petals. Do it as I go. And I'll just come in here, and the fun part about coloring with the alcohol markers is you just barely have to touch your cardstock and that alcohol fills everything in. There we go. And you don't want to push too hard, otherwise you'll flatten that brush tip. Okay, we're going to go back, do this the opposite way on this one. Come in here and color these petals. I got my door open, you can hear the crows out there, maybe. Like I said, it's been a beautiful couple of mornings, although that heat's coming back. Ugh. We're supposed to be 110 by next Wednesday. I am not a happy camper with that. I'll just hide in my studio in the AC. And if you show up here on my live, make sure you say hello. I'm not looking at comments at the moment because I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. You know how I am. Can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So I'll come back through and draw in some of these little lines on the petals. And it just gives the flowers a little bit of depth, I think. And then come in here like that. Make sure my big head's not poking into the video. Okay. There, that part's done. Let's color our leaves. And oh, I forgot the little petals there. Okay, we can go back for those. Just barely touch these little skinny ones. There we go. Not too terribly boring for me. I don't know about you. Okay. I probably should have colored this one out of camera, but you know, for those that have never seen our markers, this gives them a pretty good look at them. And again, this is the light old olive. There we go. I'll come in there with some of the lines with the dark. And you can see I'm not really being all that careful. You're just adding a little bit of color to it. Close enough for government work. Ooh, there's a little teeny tiny one. Okay, let's go ahead and color those little petals. And then we'll die cut everything. Where's the other one? Here it is. There we go. Oh, we got to color the centers. And I chose the light soft suede because I didn't want it to overpower the stamped image. And you don't have to be precise on this. You're just coloring the centers. There we go. Okay, I'll put these guys away. Now we'll die cut those. Oh, it didn't even bleed through. Good. All right. This is the big boy. And, oh, please tell me I put the dies in here. I did. Good deal. All right. You want to put down the main plate, this adapter plate. Ooh, and look, they're brand new plates too. Ooh. And then the bottom acrylic plate, we're going to die cut the pumpkin first. Stick him on there like that. I'm going to carefully lay my plate down and feed it through. And those crackling noises you hear are normal. Okay, pumpkin's die cut. Now we'll cut the flowers. Put our pumpkin away so I don't lose that. And we'll set this on like so. And you want to make sure you're following the lines of the stamped image when you lay your die down. There we go. Close enough. No, I don't think that's right. There we go. That's better. Okay. Lay him down to smush him on the plate and send him through. Okay. Let's see how we got it. Ah, beautiful. Doesn't that die cut well? I love the way our die cuts coordinate with our stamped images. I'm going to put our pumpkin away. We don't need him. Okay, now we'll put the big boy away. And that's all the die cutting we're going to do. Oops. One of Chloe's animals is on the floor. When Charlie was in here on Monday, he must have pulled half a dozen of Chloe's toys out. They had a ball. I still got them in here. They look like skinned animals laying in here. Okay, let me get my adhesive out. Get our piece of embossed foil. I love it when people send me instant messages and I'm on the Facebook Live. It covers all my comments up. Oh, okay, so this is just going to lay down. You're going to have about 1/4 inch on both sides. It's going to lay down on the front of the card, but I want to stamp my sentiment first. Make sure I've got enough room for that. And we're stamping. Where's my other? Oh, nope. What did I do? Oh, ha, hello. Here's my images. Oh, some people are probably just rolling their eyes at me. It's just a hot mess, right? Like I said, you get what you see. Is that how it goes? No. What you see is what you get. That's it. Okay, we're just going to stamp this down at the bottom. Just like so. And then we're going to add this down. And I want just a little bit of the Tahitian tide to poke out on the edge. Now I'm using black dimensionals on this since this is dark colored cardstock. And I'm just going to add them down here like so. And then we'll lay him on the edge here. I want him kind of straddle that. I'll add a couple on this one. I'm just going to add these close to the top because I don't want it to be taller on one side than not the other. And we'll just, oh, see, that did, okay, so there's that little smudge and it's going to be covered up. How about that? She does know what she's doing. Let's stamp our inside and put it away. Get it all in there. Okay. Oh, that's crooked. It's a nice part of having two sides to your paper. There we go. Much better. Oh, I'm going to stamp this little image. I don't know what you call this, but I'm going to stamp it off because I didn't want that to be too dark. There we go. Now we'll glue him to the inside. I know there's a technical name for the dashes and the dots, and it's not Morse code. Or maybe that is. Maybe somebody has a hidden message in that. Hey. Okay. Now I'm just going to stamp this image on the envelope so that we're decorating our envelope. And you could absolutely color your envelope flap to match the card, but I wanted it to be a little bit different. Okay. Now we'll put the finishing touches on our card. I'll clean up my mess a little bit. I'm using a piece of, this is the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and it comes with Very Vanilla, Black, I think that's Gray Granite, White, and Crumb Cake. And I started to put linen thread on it, but it just got lost in the image. So the Very Vanilla kind of pops against the Tahitian Tide ink. So we'll tie our little bow. Ooh, pull his little leg there, and pull this one. Try and save that bow. I cut that twine a little short, didn't I? All right, there we go. And I'm not going to worry about the length of the legs or way they fall, because I'm going to just stick it on there with a mini glue dot and let it be, I don't know, fancy? No, that's not the word. Free? I don't know. We don't want it to be so exactly placed like I did on that one. Since I'm a hot mess, why not the twine be a hot mess, right? Oh, we'll cut it just a little bit. There we go. They're somewhat even. Okay, now, you could absolutely add brushed metallic dots on here, but I liked the shine from the champagne rhinestones. And we're just going to add a couple of the medium ones up here at the top. Oh, I did add some Wink of Stella on those flowers, but you want to be careful so that you don't watercolor any of the ink, and it just gives it another little subtle shimmer. When I did it on the first one, it was a brand new, in fact I think it was this one, Wink of Stella, and it dropped a bunch right on one of the petals, but I was able to save it. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and add some of these to the flowers, or the whatever that spray stuff is. It almost looks like dandelions. And I think that's it. Yeah, good enough. Keep it with the odd number of rhinestones on there, and we are done. Even coloring it didn't take too long. I would time it on my clock, but my clock says 9:33, so that isn't going to help us any. So there you go. What do you think? It's pretty simple. The longest time is coloring and die cutting, but that went fairly quickly. Well, I thank you for stopping by and spending time with me today. Looks like I forgot my... Hang on. Here's my host code if you want to order any of these. I did link the item numbers for the timber embossing folder and the bronze paper. They have a different item number than what the annual catalog shows. So if these are things you want to add, make sure you get the right numbers on there. Otherwise, they're going to charge you for it. And if you use this host code and do any shopping today, if it's $50 or more, I'm going to send you a package of the 2021, 2023 in color opals. Thank you again for stopping by. I hope I was able to inspire you today. Thanks for being patient as I was being the hot mess that I normally am. You guys have a great afternoon, and I will catch you later. Thanks for joining me, Janine. Bye.